Lesley, where are we going right now?
We're going up to Ponchatoula. What? Ponchatoula, known for their tasty strawberries.
And it's strawberry season right now too. There's a bunch of strawberries.
Oh shit.
Where are we right now?
We are at Middendorf's.
And why are we? Wait.
Why are we at Middendorf?
Yeah, why are we at Middendorf's?
We are at Middendorf's to fuel up for our RV adventure.
Some catfish, some crabs, and where are we going in Ponchatoula?
To Berryland Campers.
That's the strawberries, right? Berryland.
The strawberries.
And what are we going to do at Berryland Campers?
Go RV shopping.
Ah!
We're hoping to catch some deals. They had their big annual RV show of the year. They do it every March apparently. And it was last weekend this year.
I think that there's before that there's an RV show in New Orleans. Or it's the New Orleans RV show, but I think it's in Kenner or Metairie. I think it's in Kenner. And then so the sale they had last weekend was like what they didn't sell at the RV show. And then they happened to now they listed a boatload of new used ones. And it was probably, I guess, a bunch of trade-ins from the RV show, maybe. You know what else is awesome too? Not just besides Middendorf's? Rain-X.
Oh. Yeah, Rain-X goes a long way.
Rain-X goes a long way.
It is a greatly improved driving experience.
Yeah, sure.
You also replace the windshield wipers.
I also replaced the windshield wipers, but you don't even really need them with Rain-X.
Yeah, look at just beating up like a little deck.
Yeah, show them.
Yeah, look at that. Look at him go. I can't tell if it's, there we go. Yes.
I remember this.
Oh right, because we had to stop and have a powwow.
Do we want to stop and have a powwow? Let's stop and have a powwow.
Right, yeah,
let's powwow. Yeah.
Or have a meeting of minds.
Yeah, you want to meet our minds together?
Let's mind meld.
Let's mind meld.
Do you wanna anyway.
Yeah, I'll do it, but let me just stop this guy real quick.
No, yeah.
We've scouted these ones out on their website already.
Yes.
There's, I think, 3 or 4 of them that we have that we're going to specifically look at.
That we definitely felt good about checking out.
We can afford.
Yeah.
And that fit into what we're looking for.
Or at least we think so.
We think we're looking for, and also aren't total garbage, right? There's a couple of that they had there that are, they've been there for a long time. They've been there since the last time that we were here in the summertime, and they look pretty gross.
Yeah, in the one thing that I think that one of the first ones we looked at on that trip we really, really liked, and it was also already air conditioned. They had that going. So any of the following ones that weren't air conditioned, I think you had a hard time really taking into perspective.
That's true, but also there was that one that was smelly.
There was a smelly one.
Smelly.
There's a smelly one.
And it's still there too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, well, not shocking to anyone that it's.
So we have our list. There. We know exactly what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Or the ones that we're looking to look at.
Yeah.
And we have our budget cap. We know exactly what our max is.
Yes.
And we're also in a position now too where we're not, there's not another potential thing that we're waiting to do first.
Right. There was kind of we needed to see how some other plans we had shook out before we could have theoretically done it and figured it out from there, but now we know that this is what we're ready to do. This is the plan. this is the thing in front of us.
We're ready to do it. We have our checkbook with us.
We do have our checkbook.
We're like ready to do it.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
One of my thoughts was to pull up I don't know how you pronounce it, if it's NADA or NADA, but it's like the Blue Book for RVs, the Kelly Blue Book for RVs. To pull it up because the one that we were looking at, that 38-foot diesel pusher, the 1994, the Tiffin Allegro bus, right? They are asking $20,000 for it. When I looked it up on the NADA or the NAD, I think it's NADA guides. The average high price of it was only like $11,500, but that wasn't adding in like the optional stuff that they had on there. So I wanted to do that too with some of these. It's like, all right, open up the NADA guides, enter in all of the options that it has in there, and see if we can go, well, the NADA guide, the Blue Book value is low, so that's what we want to pay.
This is what we're looking at.
That's what we want to pay.
This is more like what we're looking for.
This is really what we want to pay for it. It's the Blue Book value for it, and we don't want to pay more for it.
Yeah, and there were a couple that they had like price upon request that they definitely want. I emailed them like, hey, what's the price? Email us if you want to know what the price is. And they,
didn't
like,
want to tell you.
No, they want the thing. Dan, the guy we saw that first time, was like, let me know what your budget is, how much you're willing to put down, blah 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 blah. Basically, if they'll work with you. So we know that there's a couple that they are for sure willing to work with us on the price.
Right. I think especially too for the used ones because. Whether it's a consignment sale for them or whether it's a trade-in that they took, they just need to get rid of them. They just they just don't want them there because they have all of these new units coming in. So I'm hoping that we can use that to get you get $10,000 knocked off of the price.
Yeah, I mean you'll have to be kind of in charge. I'm very bad at negotiating.
I'm not that good at it either, but we'll see how it goes.
Give it to me.
There's this one time.
Here's $1 million.
There's $1 million. There's this one time I was at a yard sale, right? I showed up at a yard sale and they had this Nerf gun there. It was a super sick Nerf gun. It had a clip, and it was battery powered, so it was a fully automatic Nerf gun. It was super cool. And I picked it up, I shot a couple shots with it, and I was I started bugging out. I was like, this thing is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm like blah 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 blah. And then one of the ladies at the yard sale goes, oh, you really like that one, huh? And I was like, oh crap.
Nah, I hate it.
Yeah, I guess so. How much is it? And they're like, well, $10. And the tag said like $4, something like that. I was like, no, I'm gonna pay $4 or something.
Yeah.
People like when you get excited about things. When you're stoked on doing stuff?
Yeah, especially when they're trying to sell you something.
Right, trying to sell you something. Yeah, absolutely right. This is it. This is the bus. There's gotta also be some serious issues to it too if it's only $20,000 but it's a diesel RV. Also 94 too, right?
There's like no branding on it.
Yeah, I know, it's nice.
It's kind of like
the swoops are like mellow too.
Mellow swoops. Not your classic comically absurd.
Is it open?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Hey. So here's our branding.
Here we go.
It's the Allegro 38 foot?
38 foot. Obviously, it's going to look a lot better in the pictures than it does in real life. The floor could definitely use, the wood floor could use like a little waxing. The smoke detector needs a new battery in it.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, it's got the beads on the bottom here. There's the bead seats.
Bead seats.
So it's scary. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Yeah, it's a huge adjustment to driving something like this.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's big. It's got
the rolling guy.
crank windows.
I know you like crank windows.
I do love crank windows. That's pretty neat. Also, I would want to raise the seat up too to here maybe, just because it's so. I'm short. I have a short torso.
I mean, there's not a lot going on over here in the passengers. You're a co-captain, your co-pilot's area.
Mm-hmm.
Could make this into a little bit of a desk office work spot for me. Yeah.
It's got remotes.
Oh, so I can do my makeup. Oh, here's all the goodies we can check out if we want to look at them in a little bit.
It's nice. It's old looking too. It's kind of fun. I like. There's that light sconce right there too.
I know.
I love those.
He loves his sconces.
This refrigerator, this Norcold refrigerator, it looks kind of newish, right? Oh, there we go. It's not. I don't think this is the original refrigerator because this front, like, it looks so much newer than the over here does, right? Mm-hmm. Why do people put carpet in bathrooms? It's so gross. So gross. Look. Why is there carpet in the bathroom? That's way bigger than the last one was.
This is a lot better than the last one.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, I'll get to see everything.
It's the
Bye-bye.
washer dryer. Nice.
That's a combo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a vented one too. That's what I saw, a vent underneath the kitchen sink, and the vented ones are better. It dries better.
Yeah. The bed.
Yeah, and there's this carpet on the side here that would have to go.
Yeah.
There may be access to the engine down there. It's heavy.
Got you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, guy.
Yeah, this thing is vintage, that's for sure. Vintage things. It's old. Have all the windows open. Oh, gotta fix the screen so that Maggie doesn't jump out.
She's not like, goodbye. It kind of just hits a lot of points that we know we have to have, like things that have to be a certain way. It's not like a wow situation, but it does feel very doable. From we really are very interested in doing work camping jobs. And so a big downside to me is, like, we were very interested in doing work camping jobs, and thus far we've run into the situation where it might be too long
Too big, yeah.
to necessarily work.
It's 38
everywhere.
feet.
It's 38 feet, which is long.
It's also, I mean, it's in 1994. It's old.
It's old.
There's some Class C's here that are 2000 to 2004, I think, that they're not 20, 30 years old, you know. Not 30 years old, 25 years old.
Yeah. It's old.
It's old, and it looks old.
Yes, it does.
It looks old. It looks vintage.
Yeah.
You know. Cool. You want to go see another one?
Yeah, let's go look around.
Cool.
Let's poke. Left Berryland.
We left Berryland Campers.
Turn left onto I-12 West. Then left onto I-12 West.
It was an unsuccessful trip.
It was. I wouldn't say it was unsuccessful, but it definitely. We didn't drive home with an RV.
The ones we went to see didn't pan out. We're not driving home with an RV.
I think 38 feet is too big for us.
38, I think it's significantly too big.
I didn't think that when we were looking at it, you know, especially all the stats of it.
I did a little bit.
I really got sold on all the stats of it, you know. I'm a
stats man.
I'm a stats man, right? You know,
Number guy.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons, you got to max out your stats, right?
You gotta max some stats.
You know, it's about min-maxing your stats.
Yeah. Anyway, so we left Berryland. It was not super successful.
We saw another one there that felt great, and it checked off a lot of boxes, including that it was only 33 feet, which is great.
Yeah. I kept not believing it was 33 feet. I was like, this has to be like 35.
The slide on it was really big.
There's some big slides.
The bedroom layout was very complimentary.
Yeah. but
way out of our budget.
The other thing that was very disappointing for me personally was there was a 2003 Coachman Leprechaun. It had it had one kind of small slide out, but it made a huge difference in size. I felt super comfortable in it. I liked it even more in some respects than the Fleetwood Founder. It felt really homey and cozy, and the slide out, I think it achieved as much with one slide out as the Fleetwood Founder did with two. I just really liked it. But it had massive water damage, like almost a comical amount of water damage. It felt like the entire back room and bathroom were compromised. And when we were kind of, chatting a little bit at the end, another sales guy, not the same one, but came up and was like, asked about our budget and was asking, what was up? Did we find anything? And he even pitched that one when we mentioned, we saw some water damage. He's like, well, I just got, we did about like $12,000 in repairs to make it not that way.
Which led me to believe that all they did is repair the roof.
Yeah.
It has a rubber roof. I think it's called a TPM.
TPM?
I think it's TPM. It's some sort of 3-letter abbreviation. I think it's TPM. And I think that's all it is, just repair the rubber roof.
Yeah.
And not fix any of the interior. But the interior is what you notice that it's broken and that there was water damage. So
right. Kind of heartbreaking for me. I was really bummed out because I liked that one a lot. I liked it a lot.
I bought this book late in the summer, in like September, I think, when we had just kind of made the decision that we wanted to live a mobile lifestyle, and I got really into some YouTube channels. I got really into some YouTube channels of RV travelers and sailboat travelers
left
too.
onto Destination Drive.
And I got really into the idea of living on a boat, right? Let's live on a boat first. And Lesley was...
In a quarter mile, turn right.
And Lesley is the reasonable one. And it's like, well... I kind of get... she's like, I get motion sickness, which is true. And
I get seasick specifically. Motion sickness in general, but boats can be particularly challenging.
Destination Drive.
I'm going to turn this off now because here we are. But also...
Well, we are...
Oh my gosh. But also, we've never done this before.
No.
And we've definitely never, I've never owned a boat before. That's not something my family did. We've never sailed before. We've never owned a motorhome before, although, they've never owned a motorhome when I was alive, but when my dad was growing up, that's what they did. They traveled around the country when my dad and my aunt were young. And where are we supposed to park right now? I'll probably right along the side over here where all these cars are.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I found this book, and I don't remember how I found it exactly, but it was...
Amazon?
It was on Amazon.
You bought it on Amazon.
I bought it on Amazon, and it was like how to be a liveaboard or, on a sailboat.
Living on a boat.
Living on a boat.
I'm pretty sure is the title, Living on a Boat.
I think you're right. Well, I'll look, when we get home, I'll grab it.
We can put a link to it as well.
That's a good idea. It's
down below.
It's sitting next to the bed. And so I started reading that, and early, I think it was in the first chapter, there's one section that's titled "Boats Grow on Trees." The gist of it is, don't fall in love. Fall in love with your boat, fall in love with your RV, with what your mode of transportation is, your vehicle for movement. But when you're looking for them, don't get hung up on one that may not be the right fit for you, because there's always another one.
Right.
And that's what we found so far. Just in the 6 months that we've been looking at RVs, there was, I think, 3 or 4 of them now that
we're like, we're in love.
And we left, seeing it. We're like, that's the one. We want that one.
Yeah. There was one we were gonna get from a guy for like, we had got him down to like 3,000.
He needed to get rid of it.
He needed to get rid of it.
He was having a baby, and
the money was more important than
way more
how much he was gonna get realistically out of it. So.
And he kept calling us. He's like, I'll work with
What
you.
if it was instead of 7, it's 5? Now it's 3.
Now just take it. Get it off of my lawn. Just take
no.
it. We were like, no, it's not. We don't want it. But when we first left seeing it,
We were like, are we going to get this RV?
we're definitely going to get this.
Are
We're
we
like,
gonna
oh my
get this
God,
RV?
Oh my God, we're going to get it. We're going to get it. Let's turn around and get it.
And then I went home and we talked, and
RVs grow on trees.
RVs grow on trees.
Boats grow on trees. RVs grow on trees. So don't fall head over heels in love with the first thing that you see if it's the wrong choice for you. If it's the right choice for you, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Get started. But if it's the wrong choice for you,
Yeah.
Don't
If
do it.
there's something about it that you're like, like the bus, I think it's too long. It's too long. It's just too big. I think we're going to run into over and over again scenarios where we wish it was smaller. The Coachman Leprechaun, it's the water damage. I really like that one, but
too bad.
if I went with my gut instinct of how much I loved it and just felt great in that space, and we're like, well, we'll fix it, we'll figure it out, we would regret it.
Yeah, we would.
And RVs grow on trees.
So let's go look at some more.
Yeah, let's do it.